Jay Leno reflects on 2010 feud with Jimmy Kimmel. I let it happen. Jay Leno is revisiting one of late-night television's most controversial moments. A public feud with fellow comedian Jimmy Kimmel that once dominated headlines and divided fans. Now, over a decade later, the former Tonight Show host is opening up about the infamous 2010 interview that sparked what became known as the Late Night Wars. In a recent appearance on the podcast In Depth with Bensinger, the 75-year-old Leno recounted the now notorious segment in which Kimmel appeared on The Jay Leno Show and mocked him live on air. At the time, tensions were running high. Leno had recently returned to NBC's Tonight Show after a brief handoff to Conan O'Brien, prompting criticism that he had reneged on a previously announced succession plan. Kimmel, then host of ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live, took the opportunity to roast Leno for what many viewed as a betrayal of O'Brien. When Kimmel came on my show and humiliated me on my own show, I let it happen, Leno admitted to Bensinger. I didn't edit it. It was my mistake. I trusted somebody. Kimmel's appearance aired in January 2010 and became an instant flashpoint. During the segment, Leno asked Kimmel to name the best prank he'd ever pulled. Kimmel's response? I told a guy that 5 years from now I'm going to give you my show, and then when the 5 years came, I gave it to him, and then I took it back almost instantly. The jab, clearly aimed at Leno's handling of the Tonight Show transition, was met with laughter, but the undertone was biting. It's not good TV for me because it started a whole thing that continues to this day really, Leno told Bensinger, alluding to the ripple effect the incident had on both his reputation and his relationships within the industry. Though the moment may have made for provocative television, it led to one of the most heated and prolonged conflicts in the history of late-night entertainment. Despite the very public falling out, Leno now speaks about the incident with a sense of calm and accountability. I made a mistake, he said. All right, I should pay the price. It's fine. We could have edited it out of the show, after all. But we didn't. The late-night feud was emblematic of a broader shift in television, during a time when audiences were becoming increasingly invested in the off-screen dynamics between their favorite hosts. Kimmel's boldness earned him praise for standing up for O'Brien, while Leno was criticized for undermining what many thought was a graceful retirement plan. The whole ordeal played out in headlines, monologues, and fan forums across the country. Yet, the relationship between the two comedians eventually improved. Leno revealed that the turning point came in 2017 when he reached out to Kimmel during a difficult time, when Kimmel's infant son was experiencing serious health issues. The gesture of support helped thaw years of resentment. He's a comedian, Leno said with a shrug. You do what you've got to do. I wouldn't have done it. But it's okay. It is true, it happened. I made a mistake. You learn that way. In the years since, Leno has largely stepped out of the late-night spotlight, though he remains active in media, especially through his passion projects like Jay Leno's Garage. Meanwhile, Kimmel continues to host his namesake program on ABC and has become a central figure in the current generation of late-night hosts, even joining forces with others like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and John Oliver for joint appearances and advocacy efforts. Today, what was once a bitter rivalry has given way to mutual respect, at least from Leno's perspective. Although he stops short of endorsing how Kimmel handled the situation, he doesn't hold any lingering resentment. It's comedy, he repeated. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it hurts. But you move on. The candor with which Leno discusses the past stands in contrast to the tight-lipped image he maintained during the height of the controversy. With time, age, and perspective, he seems less concerned about public perception and more interested in owning his role in the drama. Jay Leno may have been at the center of one of late night's most infamous disputes, but today, he's not bitter, just reflective. You live and you learn, he said, offering a final shrug. That's how it goes.